We pledge love and loyalty to the country salute. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salute. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they bye. We they are, we just a try. This year don't come up and dry eye. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they bye. We they are, we just a try. But this year don't come up and dry eye. We pledge we love and loyalty to the country salute. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We salute. For the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country. I guess I carpets, Gama Keraka, Gama Koneka, Gama Keraka, Chamucham, Mama Monica, Kaipom, Gama Koneka, for the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country. And they go and big bag. Shem. The people that they gen. Then I wash shem. They make me chicken and the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. Forgive them by scripture. They make me go chicken and the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. Don't forgive them by scripture. I pledge love and loyalty to the country salute. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salute. We let we salute. As in no place like home, I like it, I can talk them, I like it, I can fight them.
Yes, fumble them. And good evening. Wherever on a day, good morning, good afternoon. Very sorry I came on late today because I had some other engagement. Today, we're going to look at a very important cause for political instability, a very important cause for the lack of dedicated involvement in nation building, and also a very important cause, even though it may not be the same reason, but it's the same causation factor that we have across Africa, and especially in West Africa. Everything that is happening on the continent today stems out of two reasons. One, our post-colonial generation had made little or no efforts to study and understand the social, the cultural, and psychological factors that are affecting governance on the continent. This is true for the whole of Africa. The post-colonial generation of leadership in Africa has failed to look at the Africa that was before the Berlin Conference, the kind of political, cultural, and social dynamics that obtained on the continent, and the kind of Africa that existed or that was created after the demarcation of the continent in Berlin between 1884 and 85. We keep pointing at issues which may be the result of those arrangements. We keep blaming what may be a condition produced by those arrangements. We have failed to, and we still fail to, look at our cultural diversities to see how we can make things work on the continent. And let us be honest with ourselves. If we cannot make things work, if foreign powers, European, Chinese, Russians, etc., continue to use that to their advantage, do we have to blame them? It is our responsibility to take care. It is our responsibility to come up with systems that will work for us. Today, I want to use Sierra Leone as a case study. Since independence, we've had two major political blocs, because I am refusing to call them political parties. These institutions don't qualify as political parties. They are more like sociocultural blocs that pass for political parties. And these two blocs reflect the two major political cultures that we have in that 73,000 square kilometers that we call Sierra Leone. But for us to understand the two major political cultures that we have, we must first of all understand the historical background of Sierra Leone. When we do understand the origins and maybe the cultures that migrated into what we have today as Sierra Leone, then we'll be able to understand why we have these two political blocs in Sierra Leone that have been manifested or that have been more or less carrying names like the All People's Congress, the Sierra Leone People's Party. In as much as we may wish to have these two blocs as a national or as national institutions, the majority of the stakeholders in each of these two blocs have a kind of political background, a cultural background that needs to be understood. First and foremost, the people in the Northwest, it doesn't matter whether they speak Timini or Soso or Limba or whatever language, they are mostly made up of people whose origin is connected to the greater Senegambia region. That is from present-day Mauritania, maybe down south to Guinea, which I will call the greater Senegambia region. That is why in that part of Sierra Leone, you find names of people and places that are very much connected to the Senegambian region. The Cissés, the Fofanas, the Soares, the Sila, the Jakite, Njai, etc. These are Senegambian surnames coming from the Jula and the Wolof and Fulani part of West Africa. Then you have another set of people whose origin is from the middle belt of West Africa. In those parts of West Africa where today we have Burkina Faso, you have Ghana, northern Cote d'Ivoire, maybe northern Benin and Togo, etc. One thing that is clear about both of these groups is that they are of Malinke origin. The southeastern group is of a Malinke stock that has political practices and culture that are different from the northwestern group that are of Jula and Wolof origin, but also of a Malinke stock. How does this affect the political thinking in Sierra Leone? First and foremost, the northwestern stock believe in institutional and religious politics. It's greatly influenced by Islam. Whereas the southeastern stock believes in institutional and cultural politics. That's why within that part of Sierra Leone, there is the culture of a warlord being the leader. What is called the Faama culture. To the northwest, you have the Mansa culture. Institutional leadership who uses maybe certain knowledge derived from the Quran and other knowledge base to rule. These differences have a lot of bearing on present-day Sierra Leone politics. The Sierra Leone People's Party, which was originally formed by a cross-section of Sierra Leoneans, is today basically a party of the Southeastern political culture. So how does that inform their activities? How does that inform their behavior? We see more of the warrior mentality and whatever is done by key members of this political party. In as much as they are open to negotiations, but most times they would begin whatever they have to begin with the farmer mentality. Paupa. It has to happen because we wish it to happen. That should negotiation approach is always put on the second place. Whereas those from the northern part, the Senegambian origin, would always prefer to sit down, negotiate, have a consensus, but at the same time, follow the leader religiously, because their mentality is influenced by an Islamic belief that the leader is appointed by God, and so everyone has to follow the leader, good or bad. This situation was what we had before 1897, 98, when the British decided that they want to expand into the protectorate. Prior to that expansion, they had several meetings with paramount chiefs who were very close to the colony, or the western area, as we call it today. One of them was Burden-Apc. Because the British saw in him somebody they can talk to, they wanted to use him to implement what later became known as the hot tax that led to an uprising. Bure told them outrightly, there is a report to that which was recently published. It's the report of a commission of inquiry that was instigated by the British government, which was never published until recently. Bure told them that inasmuch as he is respected by all the chiefs in the other parts of the country, but he cannot decide on their behalf. So it will be wise for the British to talk to the chiefs, negotiate with them. If they agree to pay the tax, then he will be on board. Whatever happened in between, impunity was introduced into the mix. Force was used, and there was a reaction. As a matter of fact, the force that was used was not on by Bure, nor in any part of the northern part of Sierra Leone. It was used on two chiefs who were in the south, Momoja of Pujao and Bana Louis of Bond. They were forcefully taken and detained, put under the sun, etc., etc. Then their subjects reacted. That was what sparked off the what is commonly known as the Hot Tax War, a story that has been wrongly narrated to Sierra Leoneans. Since that time, after the Hot Tax War and things were put under control, the colonialists, realizing that there was this division in political culture, decided to use that to their advantage. That's how the divide and rule started. And that divide and rule is what we still continue with today. This is why I always say the intellectuals are responsible for everything wrong in Sierra Leone. Yes, we had the British with us 200 years or so. But is it right for us to take everything they left with us, hook, line, and sinker, and practice it today? As I speak today, everything we do has to be done according to the books of a failed system. How can you be doing the same thing expecting different results? We've never had time to sit down and ask, why is it that things are not working? They are not working because there is a political diversity in Sierra Leone that we need to pay attention to. There is a political diversity in Sierra Leone that we need to find a solution to. We cannot be going to borrow foreign cultures to make ourselves what we want to be, when in our DNA, in our spiritual self, we still have a connection to our natural persons. This is why we see most times we would come up with beautiful documents, beautiful write-ups, beautiful proclamations, but at the end of the day, the natural person takes precedence. And when that happens, these beautiful laws or whatever you call them are broken. They are broken because you cannot change an orange into grapefruit. If it is orange, it is orange. If it is grapefruit, it is grapefruit. If you have to deal with oranges and grapefruits, you have to know how to package them so that they can be compatible together. Otherwise, there will be always issues of rotten fruits, etc., etc. This is where we are failing as a people. And this is something we need to pay attention to. The issue of winners take all can never help us. It can never. Because anytime any one of those political cultures is in power, something happens that will offend and build grudge and grievance in the other one. So what do we do? How do we do it? That's a question we need to answer. That's something we need to pay attention to. And take a look at Africa. Since late 1950s, 1960s, when we started getting independence from the former colonialists, what have we seen? One, little or no structural advancement, because before the Berlin Conference, according to researches that have been done, before the Berlin Conference, there were 10,000 political entities across Africa. Each of them was an independent state. These were amalgamated and separated to fit into what we have today as the 54 states of Africa. So what we have today is people of different political culture being put together, people of similar political culture being divided, and creating minorities across political entities that may seem powerless. As a matter of fact, for most of these areas where the division took place, today we have incidences of cross-border gravity, I would say. There are security issues, there are economic issues that have grave effect on the countries that are affected by this border division of people. In Sierra Leone, the northern part of Sierra Leone divides the Soso, the Limba, and some other people between Guinea and Sierra Leone, Jalunka, etc. The eastern part of Sierra Leone divides the Kisi and the Bandi and some other groups between Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Liberia. The southern part divides the Mende, the Vai, and the Galines between Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Liberia. All of this has had its own consequences on the economy of Sierra Leone, as well as the economy of Liberia. Also, all of this has had security influence. We saw that in March of 1991, there was an invasion into Sierra Leone from Liberia, which started the war that lasted for 10 years or 11 years. These are the issues we should be paying attention to. It's not about who is at State House. It's not about who is in a public office. It's about how do we manage our political culture for us to be able to distribute the wealth of the nation such that everybody gets what they deserve and everybody feels satisfied. There will be less tension, there will be less political upheavals, etc., etc. Normally, because we are still mentally colonized, when we are, we don't want military government, you would have military government because the conditions for those military governments still exist. Find a solution to that. Look at West Africa. Every 48 or 72 hours, you hear of upheaval. These are not accidents. They are cultural issues that need attention, and no amount of force can stop that. You can go to heaven and ask God to give you all the force he has as angels to come down and quell the situation. It would appear like it's going to be quelled. After some time, it's going to repeat itself. Sierra Leone, after the 10 or 11 years of stupid war, are we better off? No, we are not. Because we have failed to address the cultural and social issues that created the war. We have to stop talking book in Africa. We talk too much of book that we don't understand. An education that has made us into zombies. You know more about the other parts of the world than you know about your village. We have to go back to base to learn who we are and adopt what will allow us to live together. Because before the Berlin Conference, there were 10,000 entities and they lived together. They lived together. They may be weak, you would say, because that was why foreign dominance took place in the first place. But they lived together. They had codes of engagement. They had codes of coexistence. Whatever brought problems into Africa, it is connected with external influence and a trade system that was introduced, which our people did not understand. We don't have to go back 100 years to understand all of that. We only need to sit down and look at our politics. What influences our politics? Is it trade? Is it power? Our economics, what influences it? How do we behave as economic animals? When we understand these nitty-gritties, maybe we'll come with a solution. And if you may ask me, I think the best solution for most African political entities that today we call countries is for them to understand the internal dynamics of how many different former political groups. Forget about the language, forget about the tribe. That's what they take to fool us. Just like they will tell you one of the reasons for Africa's backward is not corruption. There is more corruption in Europe and America than in Africa. Our problem is basically political and cultural incompatibilities. And until we solve those things, what you call corruption will still continue, because whoever is in office will protect his interest. He'll protect the interests of the people that speak the same language. He'll protect the interests of the people he knows. This is normal human behavior. We have to stop talking book and start researching who we are for us to understand why some of these things keep repeating themselves. Even though we'll come with all the recommendations, they would have all the experts coming to talk their culture to us. They'll come and preach to you American democracy. They'll preach to you Westminster dictatorship and call it democracy. And you will say, oh, this is beautiful. But it will not work. Because your cultural person does not understand what you want to adopt. Your cultural person understands who you are. Go back to that. Understand your cultural person. And then you may be able to use some of these principles that have been given to you to customize them so that they suit your local needs. We can use democracy in Africa, but we have to customize it so that everybody feel they are part of. And one thing I want us to begin to understand, change is never achieved with the use of force. Change is achieved with the use of negotiation and compromise. Whoever you want to change has to understand the need for that change. Because what they are, they value also. They value who they are and what they are. So you cannot force them to change. You need to understand who they are. Tell them, okay, this part of you needs to be modified. Let them understand it. Then they will begin to ask certain questions that may need answers. And then you'll be able to make the change happen. But if you say, because you are head of state or foot of state or whatever you think you are, you can use force to change a people, then be prepared to commit genocide. Yes, everybody has a right to protect what they are. Everybody has a right to believe in who they are. You cannot force them to change. This is why, if Africa is to begin to see change, we have to first and foremost understand the cultural diversities. And by cultural diversity, it's not only about our food, our clothes, our music, etc. The most important aspect that we need to understand about us is our political cultures. What influences them? What informs them? Then let us look at either building a system that will compromise and work with all of these different diversities, or let us use a method of governance that will allow people to live within their political cultures and willingly be part of the greater creation that was made at the Berlin conferences that today we call governments and countries. By this I mean, we need to look at what level or kind of decentralization will work for us. I would now invite people to make calls. Please feel free to make a call and let us discuss this issue. Let me see if I can get...
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. Yes, sir. I didn't listen to you. You have not called me yet. I didn't listen.
I don't say let me make calls now. I was expecting you to call.
Okay. I'm right here now.
Okay, yes, go ahead. And let me make quick and fast because I think other people want call.
Okay.
Dennis, please hold on. Let's have 5 minutes with this caller or 10 minutes. Then you come on.
No problem, sir.
No, go ahead, Dr. Tue. Go ahead. Dennis, give 5 or 10 minutes to this caller, yeah?
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Hello?
Yes, I'll now meet up on the call with somebody else. Now I've been trying for telling you time.
Okay, somebody else is time for
Yes, just go ahead.
Well, let the person
no, go ahead, no more. Go ahead.
Hello? He said, make I go ahead.
Yes, in they listen, they go come on. They'll just make and short and quick. Let's get time.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. But
you seem for the far off. I don't know why.
Hold on. Let me log off and log in.
Okay.
Because maybe now before you call.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Oh, thank you so very much, sir. Yes.
Yeah, now it's much better.
Oh, it's better now. Oh, yes. Very interesting again. Just listening to you. You know, the topic, the inherited burden. In fact, I say, well, I say, waiting. People don't inherit money.
I pay no inherit in Africa.
I mean, that's this now a very good research topic.
Yes. And I intend for go deep into them.
Oh yes,
because it involves a lot of cultural and other issues. I go spend time on them. Then some of the topics here, actually, I think for develop them into full-scale courses.
Of course.
Because these are the things we need to be spreading for people then forget the relevant awareness, say. Go ahead, sir.
Social media don't make it only because some of them they get at them now booking the right too. But now we talk and we share, we say then we listen. People are not reading again.
Yeah, well, we can make audiobooks.
Oh yes, absolutely, that's true.
We can make audiobooks.
Because not to everybody will listen in real time of the presentation, but after some time, people and they really globally, then go listen, then go pick up a lot of things. So the thing we talk about genocide and then stop them, I mean, regarding how you want for coups, how you want for coups, the people, let God, I don't know if I would say let God help me, because you know what I always say, you see, wisdom, now the only thing that we will get from prayer. Because if you pray for money, you know the way can money reach and people.
No, you get for go work for her. You get for think and work for her.
Yes, if you say, let God give well body, but be ready or not go smoke cigarettes, you go get cancer.
Well.
Not drink excessively, you
well.
get liver problem.
Or so, not go take risk for go drive. Who sign up for drive?
Who sign up for drive? It's going at the income in traffic, not die.
Yeah.
So there are so many things that we miss now in lives. When people say, we not understand, say, now wisdom, now we pray for, because that now in the guide we.
And that's one of the things we don't respect in Sierra Leone. We don't
respect that, yes. Because when you look at passport map, they talk, they tell you they don't do bad, and they tell you the consequence of do that. So now that lesson where they learn, now we work out. You know, they go, they eat healthy, they eat whatever you want to eat, you know, not they eat junk no more. So you know, so like so all in Sierra Leone, after all the years, the people that they destroy that country, they're not. Maybe if you put them together, if you say in all political parties.
Let me summarize them. Now, a few of we will land book now we they destroy Sierra Leone.
Then you get back people away it's not land book where they
well, the one that we not land book, then they take advantage of the one that we land book, the protection where then they give them.
Where they give them, yes.
That man we not land book, it look up to me and you for be the ethical standard of society.
Yes.
If we not promote that ethical standard where society deserve, the man we not land book, if we do them, we not get time for blame. Go ahead, sir.
Mm-hmm. So the point, like where they talk about the leadership, for once let the people be how you want them. They don't come by force.
No.
There are so many ways where you go able to change the human beings then. I know, I understand. We get I've been doing some stuff them in the philosophy, and they get a Sir Robert Fair, where people say a foremost kind of writer. This person in one of the people way appeal for is the subdue mankind in the British system. Where people say Sir Robert in they bring a philosophical thing them we to say that when they talk about the natural concept of man, we to say by nature man not forget freedom. You only get freedom where the authority where they under from Adam and Eve. They bring analogies to daddy them. A child not get right. The right way he gets based on the decision way that he gets.
That's the mentality they introduced to us.
So this now hundreds of years ago, and we see how we bring Adam. They say every prince on earth, every chief on earth, it derive that authority or let it be in an absolute position where we to say everybody under no get right for maker. And so if you look at the design of the political systems, you know, like if you buy like the raps, I don't call it the violation of the human rights, of the freedom and liberties of individuals, like Sierra Leone, so they wrap them inside democracy.
They wrap them inside the political principles where they teach you.
They wrap evil.
Now, you know why I say political principles?
Yes.
There is democracy. But the other I'm going to introduce to we, now autocracy disguised as democracy.
Well, I want to come on at that particular statement. The reason why I say so, the traditional way, because let's say before the British they come, let's say we go back. Then I will not be no people where they fed. If you want to change that paradigm, you can affect you the feds before you change that.
Would they not be the feds?
That king, No, what I mean, there were no elections where they be held. So they get from the power he died, they begin take, or would they say for take.
Yes, then we get an arrangement.
Well, the arrangements now the modern same way the whites they cap, they allow the begin this family, that family. But traditionally, they not been get where you go from the time of historically where the king died, pass without they done or without kill that person. So the point here is we have come to a system now where I believe say, people for understand say that thing that they bring alahala.
But do you believe that we had democracy before the white man came?
Well, it depends. The democracy depends. We don't talk about it before. It depends on how you interpret, localize, and customize them in your own political system.
I want let you take the word democracy off the political periscope. Because democracy itself is not only political.
Mr. Jallo,
yes, sir.
Let me just hold you small. The point where we talk with it, I'll say how I can understand that side with it. But what me the type of say here is when you look at waiting people in the do, and especially a case in point in the case of Sierra Leone. If we talk about democracy, we don't put this there are a lot of interpretations with about democracy. The Iranians say the way they interpret their own.
Different.
The Chinese interpret their own.
Yes.
Democracy, they just use that word and define them. All man they say, oh, we some they do the same thing, like how they say, but in a different way.
In a different way, you are quite correct.
So when you look at even in the Chinese system, it is some aspect of democracy because if I say, for instance, today, when it comes to environmental protection, you look at the Chinese, they get one of the highest kind of rates of protection with the the environment.
Okay.
Because if you look like renewable energy, they can force them more than European countries and even this country South Sudan.
Yeah.
And so if you look at in a system whereby it protect the environment for the natural environment for the sake of humanity, then a part of the democratic which is all that pollution will be there, and they spend a lot of money for install modern systems the way they cut on carbon emissions. We're able to say, and this is not the largest kind of population country in the world. So what you say now true.
The other side about the Chinese, then socioeconomic policies are more democratic than most countries.
That's why they succeeded.
In China, teachers ride Lamborghini. If you tell people that, they will not believe. I swear to God.
Of course.
In China, I have seen the video. It was made by a Ghanaian. He went to his particular school in China. He saw the kind of cars that teachers ride. If a system can allowing people to forget choice and then standard of living, that's democracy.
No, if you look at the reason why they began a lot of in them, because if you look like I get one Professor Obimbi, the content person, but I've been close that committee. I've been look at the polarities of democracy. This is not the man who introduced a new thing, a new theory, where they study at different universities now. Bill then at New York. The last day will come is introduce the whole theory. And now when you look at them, it's a democracy will see so, it function as poles. He devised 10 different items. He said, but then 10 in each of them then coexist. Like for instance, talk about say, you will not have a democracy whereby participation and representation are a problem.
No, it's not democratic. It's not.
Yeah, so if people are for do so, he devised 10 of them. So we look at authority and teamwork. When you then in fact not only school and the user even businesses. For say, if you're a manager, it manage the individual and it manage the team. So basically, team and individual, those are interrelated poles. Although they kind of function different. If somebody then a business way they run, but this not to one person, a different people in there, they can form teamwork. Or something that individual can able to do better for certain functions. Then, if you try to stop that, business will go before. So that's we call the polarities. So two different items we to say then get quadrants them. And I mean look at that theory. So there are different interpretations of democracy. And when we look at them is that every institution, every country, every traditional system, then they claim or say at some point, the kind of talk was also. I agree. But I want to move a little bit because somebody get for camp.
Okay,
the
go
point
ahead.
we bring is very important. The point we bring, Mr. Jallo, and this, if we don't come out that level there, it will cause big nimis and asalo. That is, what we don't then in a modern system. Let we respect the modern system where they say we not train with that. But people are not become so conscious that we deprive them people and they of the thing where you use for calm, you say they're not for benefits, not problem. We get a constitution. This is an embodiment of everything where they say now this will follow. And so this constitution will get so this embodiment. If you then say election today, they allow say there is a period of what we call electioneering. That the period where they look at all the activities there from the first time when they elect you to the next 5 years so they make. If for campaign, all man forget the right. All man get for make sure say the people then build up other aspect them like for talk, for meet, for do other things. We go for make ballot paper, we go for registration. When you be in the camp, you allow they then go a fair playground. But now when you time reach, because if you say I'm not going to win, then introduce other measures there. It bring problem in the country. Now would they make so? So you want the people to think and act the way you want, and not to show you being calm. This is not the problem with it, and this not to democracy will bring you. So in Sierra Leone, I see a lot of problems they can because I don't see a lot of pronouncements that this person will not get for calm. When you talk so, then go arrest that. The way make so, they hold that one.
Well, they will continue to arrest, but that not solve the problem.
No, not only solve the problem. That's
it even aggravates the problem.
Oh yeah, they aggravate the problem. So this
you see, I want to give you one situation.
Yes, sir.
I started by talking about the Faama and the Mansa political cultures, not so? And I say the people from Senegambia, they practice the Mansa political culture. Whereas the people from the middle belt of West Africa, then get the Faama. Faama, that's a warlord. It's a Malinke word for warlord. They use it in Mende, in Kisi, in this and that. But now Malinke word, warlord. The Mansa, now the structural institutional king. The people from Senegambia, when they defend mostly in the north of Sierra Leone, then come up from a culture that had existed as an organized monarchy, the Almoravid Empire that extended into Europe. This organized monarchy was informed and influenced by Islam. This is what is flowing in the northern part of Sierra Leone mainly. Whereas on the other side of Sierra Leone, the farmer is that I have to do this and I'll do it by force, pauper.
Yeah, I don't do it. Okay, go ahead.
You understand?
Not trouble,
Not trouble is the fact. We have to face who we are.
Go ahead.
If we don't face who we are, we'll never find solutions to what we are. Well, I don't care. I don't care. I care about Sierra Leone. If you recollect, all the time I tell you, say, the solution to Sierra Leone's problem will partly begin when we begin to look at efficient decentralization. Not so? That man with the farmer mentality, you know, it will change them by force. Allow and let BI one be, but let get you freedom for operating in area. Instead, let allow that man with the Mansa mentality, let operator for operate, let not interfere with them. Those are the solutions we don't look at. Go ahead, sir. let me get this next Malaysia joining.
Like what you say, Mr. Diallo, the mentality, there's certain times, like a good part of the biggest problem we'll get. We talked about this last time. The arrangement, the way they make the academic system, prepare we for able to solve the problems of our country.
At all.
And I want to let people
at all. Then they will not discuss or not they argue. I'm just go ahead and talk what you get for talk.
Yeah, and for instance, when we look at, let's say, a whole program, ethics and social justice, and you said it beyond witness, there is not a single academic institution where they go from first year to final year, where they do a whole quarter of something related to ethics. And the reason why, and the reason is, it's not only the business community where they come inside for can tell the academic community, not to come force them, for tell them
the experiences.
Yeah, so they can come for do this, but also the government will also look at the syllabus of all the institutions. They can kind of send people every year. Then they close institutions. They want to know you curriculum ID, the syllabus where they teach, what syllabus when I make in school. Then they can't sit down, they watch out, then they teach. They want to see the teachers there. They see all this, even the notes. They can do that because then why? Then you get an informed society.
Yes.
Where people will act, like say they understand. And
society that will work according to the needs of their economic and developmental goals.
Yeah, of course. Because if you look at the way how people behave, it's like sheep them. Then they go get degree, but they feel about sheep. We see, then they told the line of the full man where they say this now the president or the minister. Anything we say, they say yes. And like I say, for instance, in Sierra Leone, the leadership there, they got a single point of failure. Except, especially, madam, if you do IT, they will understand what I mean. Because if you get a single point of failure is that in IT, they kind of design alternative thing there for, because for let you go able how you recover in case you fail. And so how this man do the institutions then will be to say they guide and support them, then they make them say they become a property. So nobody know the opposer. And so when it
there is no debugging taking place.
Yes. So at the end of the day, all man will be like a sheep, just like you.
Yeah.
So later now we fail, then Bushai will get put on. So maybe even I say Obama now. The Obama for throughout the 8 years we the Minister of Agriculture and a member of the opposition. Now I said SLP. Oh stop. Why I say SLP?
Republican.
Now Republican. Sorry.
Obama is Secretary of Finance, not to be Republican.
Well, yeah, that guy will be there now. White now. They call us we go pool and now Wall Street. Yes.
Yes.
The first one. They temporarily go, but the one way to say he's so defined. He don't work in the north. He don't be Minister of Agriculture under George Bush 9B for 8 years, because this man, first of all, no matter how people then be members of other parties, people will get moderate views. When people say they know they call for, then they work for the country, and also they get families in the field, they get mortgages and for pay. They know they can't destroy you, then they can't work with you, and you get them people and then at the opposite side. Not to the APC side talk no more. They get NGC, they get them make them. They all there one day. The one where them promise, where them pull from NGC, where they bring and say they can't make a minister, they don't make up. When are Yunkela, they just they fool and pass them. So this not the hell.
Can go put outside in Sabi.
You know, Sabi, they go put outside in Sabi.
Well, I himself put himself for this.
And until the people like if they get back people who they cause, now I don't get people they don't. Let me tell you one thing will happen. The current head where they are thinking Nasiratel, one guy very kind of funny face, we are sorry to say that. But this guy, they call a doctor. They had a few months ago a big event. This event, they say SLPP young waiting self them where they support bloggers. Then guys, they give an iPhone them. I get the video, I get the videos, I get the pictures. I don't know say the video do a big event. If you see iPhone, they would pack them, they buy rest. And they make a public pronouncement for say, then why are now they be the blockers there for the SNP. And you they support the government. I go send you because me, I will tell you I get evidence. So I do IT, I do cybersecurity, I know, understand, I follow forensic studies, so I know always I get evidence. Where's I talk at the presenter? Now, Mr. Jallo, you na man we don't go get a PhD or doctorate. Did they work for this president? And did they go make a champion of process? When people are talking like we, they get about they don't give phone them for what cost them, for what cost. You target to use the vulnerable community. People that will not get jobs, young man they go from college, they use them for their social media. They don't provide jobs for them. This na in don't destroy my dad. You know, even know
that is part of the farmer mentality.
Yeah. You don't bring another vocabulary statement.
Go and find out what that word means. F-A-A-M-A, farmer.
Yeah. So
it's a Malinke word.
Yeah. Okay. So the problem here, we want the people, the curriculums of universities and colleges for change. Let we use things the way they benefit with. Like public policy. I see Senge, they make mistakes all over the place. He didn't do administration. He don't do leadership with the safety. He don't do public policy. And don't do political science. So anytime where you open word for talk, now so full they come out. Pass go look dictionary go now.
But what do we have? Let me just stop you there, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is another big weakness in our system. Wait for stop. Not only this government, well, of course, it was in this government. But government is institutions working to make things work, if I can put it that way.
Of course, that's the reason.
Every ministry, every department, then get people and they were administrators, then get technicians, then get people for communication, etc., etc. You as the head, before you go public on anything, if you are very sober-minded, you know they assume say you know it all.
Oh, no.
They call you team, you discuss the topic with them, then guide you waiting for say.
Yep.
Whenever, before they come on this platform, I go don't choose a topic, I research them. If somebody I never call you it, but I get for call you. Somebody they I believe say know something about them, I they call them, I discuss them with them before they come on the air. Because I know one can talk something now, wait tomorrow, then they go prove me wrong. You understand? This is what being a leader is about. This is what being a public figure is about.
Yeah.
Be guided by what you say, because words are like bullets. Once they've gone, you can never recall them. You see, now the maturity now problem na Sierra Leone. Go ahead, sir. Let me tell this next man in second.
So I've been doing one course now under Michigan University now on renewable energy. This energy now. So the man Obama opened an office where they for this energy. They understand say you see when they fight poverty. There are a lot of people and we get energy injustice. Like how they happen as also. Obama they introduced that in the say there are people who say their pockets, their families are deeply affected. We get, for instance, distinctly two seasons where notably they eat a lot of money.
Yeah.
When at the winter and the summer.
Yeah.
And so when the place become very hot, they will therefore use AC, wait, cold, therefore you heat it. But then they look at say, first of all, the inside energy, the lights when they use now, then lights they burn more than they ever did. So us they don't do for like 50 years or 100 years. They still did it. And so when you look at the window glazing, not good anymore. The door them. So if you put the AC on during summertime, it escape.
The hot air they can inside.
Yeah, the hot air they come.
Winter time, the cold air they go inside.
Yes, and they don't make it. So you get universities where don't study deeply. And this guy who I want to talk to, they be in charge in Amiska University. This guy not even when I look at him, they not even begin to be an energy person. Although they do science and they get PhD, so it's just like me, you know. So, but when they did effective research in university person, you get disadvantaged Americans. When people say the energy they take the money because they're also not good. Summertime, then they waste money, winter time. And so the government opened that particular thing now White House for support communities them across the United States. When to say these are the forgotten people within a kind of the most disadvantaged communities, then they help them. And then also they look out incinerators them.
Like you go there, repair the houses, etc.
They support them, and also
I think I've seen that program on television.
Yeah. So I see. I mean, man. So that man was never a minister. This guy was a professor. They never appointed a minister position. He was just part of the.
He was the supervisor. Let us put it that way.
Yes. So when he and one other lady. So when Obama can one come in, they can't talk big. And imagine the guy get the two ladies and that lady. He opened the office. He bring them in. You know, look at them. What he said. The president they go no more like the talk, and anything we come on like much people like I want to do this. People don't know. Past people like we were able to study and come across that particular information, and they say, oh, that big energy thing where they succeed, where they help people. So then they might have been total where they give the president guidance, and so we in a salon therefore introduce this. People in Kidena, Kero, but then people there. They don't have to be ministers.
We in a salon, they give job for the pay, not for the job.
Yeah. So this, I believe, say we as we talk, let people understand, say from all colleges and universities, then therefore begin to change the curriculum. They begin to sensitize the people. And we therefore begin form think tank them, and then they inform them these are the members of parliament for candidate.
Well, we don't begin from the think tank on. I make me then how they talk.
I know.
Who don't want to refine for who don't know in business? I don't care.
If you say one man can't talk, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Now give yourself chance, let yourself can't talk small.
Okay.
We go meet on Wednesday, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thanks for calling.
You're welcome, sir.
Yes, sir.
No.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You chef, come on now, Miss Dr. True, been there on?
Yeah, I've been listening. I'm at the follow.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, very interesting discussion, you know. And
I don't tell you say salon they make before I die, but you not believe. The community they make them vex smaller than land now they talk.
no, but the fact of the matter here is that the fake job is being a copy and paste paper. All which they happen because they start and now they filter down. So see no the change. I know say you go know his small history of obviously I don't say you know.
I know the history of Port Locker, my friend, not too small. I know all the history of Port Locker.
Like the era of Ezekoma.
I know.
Like me meet some way people of Port Locker, some people, we just stand and say no. Me na Ezekoma the wait. If you don't go meet yourself, say give me one cup for you. Where Ezekoma count before I give the money. Yeah, me give you. So that kind of mentality of saying let us wait for politicians is a great problem, and it is filtered. It has filtered down where even what they talk so safely they happen. So how we go progress?
That part of the issue we come with.
Yes, sir.
It's not created by the politicians.
Yeah, it's created by the people.
Well, even the people did not create it.
Created by who?
It was created historically.
Yeah, sure.
We ever look at communities them today. Now been small communities where the leader now been the protector. The leader now they take care of all the food and all the things them. Anything we possibly want if we wait for the leader for come. Just like where Dr. Ture been they talk just now, and where I've been talk at the beginning of this program, we have failed in Sierra Leone and in Africa because we not go back and investigate some of the
problems.
Yes. And see how we can modernize them. In those days, yes, it was good for people to behave that way. Because live in small communities that demanded protection. If they get food or anything, therefore take care how they use them, because if you don't, they may expose themselves to a lot of risks. But today, that should change. How do we change it? We don't go forcing people to change. We educate them.
Not better results. Those issues do not heal. We go only continue until we get to it.
Yes, but now by education, we go tell the people and say, this thing been they happen today because of this reason. Now, law will left and law will change. Then the one that when are leaders, then for come with alternative ways for many people and change from that. Rather than people and they wait for you for can give them money or for cook na use let them go eat. Begin create sources of income. Let the people then work month done, you pay them, all man eat for himself. Then they make profit, you they make profit.
You can make profit. That all come together.
Yes.
And see how put things together.
Like what I can tell you say, you remember me, you don't discuss what I say, the best way we can begin for change Sierra Leone now for go to grassroots, let get people then for begin from cooperatives.
Yes.
You see, we problem then get solution. But because we don't use to certain things, we they refuse for find the solutions.
It's not a miracle solution.
Miracle not there. Now you the creator, my friend. How you think now so the miracle they happen? Yes. Miracle not they exist too. Now we the create them.
No, they talk about all this was well down to how we think that how we become unity.
Yes.
Like you say unity diversity, so
yes.
You go get me say go get me opinion. Like football, Mr. Jallo. Me they support Manchester United. Other man they support Arsenal.
Now they there.
Sorry.
Now they there.
Yeah,
so now they make with him not they win game, eh? We no want to na salon for support with him. I mean they me and a state house na Manchester United. Go ahead, I'm just joking.
I go say we have I go tell the people about we don't be too not today, we don't have well today, but we have one. So the idea is different, no get. But yes, we ideas they're not boundary for lonely effects.
No, we don't have to. We not get business for the fact.
Or let the community also with the poet because of their diverse opinion. No. We don't have to. We will not get that mentality. We only have the mentality to say no, then they are. Now
then they are the enemy.
Then they are the enemy because they are that.
How then they call themselves Pantheon and Fadin? Me I not get Fadin in my life.
Most of them they belong to the same fraternity, they belong to the same social clubs, so they have somewhere to meet. But as they come outside, they can project themselves as if they are enemies. making reflecting between what the water down to the supporters. But look who come to them, look what they bet. So me say it's a move bet. But you're not supposed to be so. Everybody gets your sense of opinion. We all run a different man. Run a motorman,
but if inside you host, you and you picking them, una must get diversity of opinion. You and your wife or your partner, una must get diversity of opinion.
Yes.
Now, when una sit down, talk to each other, not talk at each other, which we do in Sierra Leone. We talk at each other. We don't talk to each other. When we talk to each other, we wait for make the one person talk, yourself come in, then una go begin understand una self.
Understand, but say, okay, yes, I respect the opinion, but this opinion, it not go work so. For now, when we try new opinion, I don't see I go before.
Yes.
People say, no, but your opinion not better. No.
But na part of we culture. Na part of we culture. And these are the things that we need to examine and change. In Africa, where people come and discussion, outside big people and they say, well, they shut them up.
Yeah.
But they are thinking animals like us.
But,
and then they understand the world from their own perspective. Listen to them. Well, we will get over it. Don't worry. I always tell you. Me a teacher, no say for change things, not easy, but he go change. And the teacher, he not care about the way they teach the opinion.
Yeah.
Because if them be know, they know they can at the classroom. So no worry, I go change. We will do what we have to do. Gradually, people will understand.
Look, music today. Till at least a country like we always see the trend now, how entertainment, they trend the world, where they bring unity, where they bring income, where they attract tourism in countries. We are not even a bit sing for them, the check themselves.
But you know one thing we will not know even know. That music where the Nigerian and Ghanaian they make millions or billions per. Yeah. Now Sierra Leone originate.
Yeah, well, look at.
You don't know that? The man will start Afrobeat. Me I see him where they play.
Okay.
Not to dance. As a small boy, they may go play na one hotel na Frobe Road by Bombay Street. So then Conte. Maybe they call that hotel the Conry. The man na Sierra Leonean Nigerian, he be named Gerald Pine. He don't die. Gerald Pine been get a band set with and they call Heartbeats. And in band set, he been get the name Gerald Opino and the Heartbeats. He started Afrobeat. Now, Ingo teach Fela Kuti na Nigeria. Where Fela Kuti begin make him popular. Now, the young generation of Nigeria and Ghana have made it into an international brand.
Because they improved it. They improved on it.
We not improve on anything. That's another weakness we have.
Well, because they improved on it. And look at the trend right now.
And one of the guys that we've been there with Gerald Pine, he's still there alive in Accra, Francis Foster. That was the man who played percussions with this guy, what's his name? We played Graceland.
Oh, Paul Simon.
Paul Simons.
Yes.
Francis Foster. He's in Accra, Ghana.
Okay.
I've been the percussionist for that group, and I Sierra Leonean.
Okay, yes. Yes, I hear for Sam. I remember one thing, Dr. Spencer talked for Sam. Dr. Spencer talked for Sam if he talk about music business. That we get to Sierra Leonean and another black mobiles, they call them.
Yes.
Yeah, Black Basil. For Simon and Black Basil.
He was on contract with Paul Simons for play percussions.
Okay.
Yes, he is presently in Ghana. J. Alpine, when he left Sierra Leone, he went to Ghana, then he go sit down at Calabar. He been getting nightclub the way they play him. I go find him music they are sending to you.
If I they ever point me, go there we go perform that 1984 concert. Akiwacha up to now. Akiwacha that famous 1984 concert na Zimbabwe around the stadium. He was there for Paul Simon.
He was there. Francis Foster was there.
Yes.
That time been get like Afro.
Yeah, you get Afro now. Yeah, Akiwacha.
Now big man, and now get Afro again. We all been on pull we here. Then I may could get too long now. You see, there are a lot of things where we need for Duna Sierra Leone.
Over 50 years ago, the Nigeria came and improved on it. Now it is working for the millions. Look at
well, the other thing we give them the advantage.
We don't boom the economy. We don't boom the tourists at the tourism.
You know, thinking the Nigerians and the advantage.
Yeah.
They were one of the first countries in West Africa for diversified and curriculum.
Okay.
Ghana, Nigeria, from the 1970s to the 1980s, they started diversifying their curriculum. Then we introduced technical and vocational skills development, music, athletics, weaving, this and that, all come. Even in Nigeria, then technical area like auto mechanics and anything and they is more developed than you can find in any other part of West Africa. In Nigeria, you have girls who are auto mechanics. You have girls who are auto mechanics. It's a course they do, then they go for apprenticeship, then they do them even at polytechnic level. We now, that curriculum wouldn't be left given from 1960. Now they will stay today. Now we don't go add IT Panam. So they make all the noise about technology. We are wasting time. We overproduce certain areas. Every Sierra Leonean graduate you see today is either a lawyer or in IT.
Yeah.
Other areas than they, music day, auto mechanic day, woodwork day, all the other things then they. Do we have a plan of action for these areas?
Mr. Jallo, even I just call the performing arts. One know how performing arts we at least we give the trend where we don't improve on it today. Where we don't get better film industry. But all that we don't die down because we condemn it. We threw it away. Remember today we get the theater, the way they perform. If at all we don't improve that day, believe me.
The one that we been there at the theater, they left them car overseas.
Yeah.
When they car overseas, they not continue with them. Then go hustle. Even the footballer, them, you know, most footballer don't come on salon. When they reach overseas, then they stop football, then go hustle. Because he want to go every December, hang towel, they bluff. Well, enough sick. We only need for change. We need for change certain things about with psychology.
Yeah.
Everything about us now a reflection of the kind of psychology we get. We get a psychology of dependency.
Yeah.
Not only depending on humans, even for make the Salomans don't think for do something properly. He go prepare for go spend money to one useless mouth and say na alpha man. They go prepare for go church, they go do all night.
Yes.
Rather than a sit down for study and research and know how for do what you want to do.
What you want.
That dependency mentality now need for change. God help those who help themselves.
Or the clean you ask why the state you don't say that politician they come.
Well,
And they can't save me.
all that's now part of we crisis.
Crisis, yeah.
And all that now they make the politics they become how it is so.
And met that was a small boy, somebody they go trust Mole, they go trust less, trust me. Where Escobar can fly that they give, believe me, they give. It's a give. And they all day they play draft, they think that them big gone there. They start gone there.
Well,
they don't waste their money from one Puyoba to another.
And for most of those people, they are either dead today or if then they are alive, things are not working.
Indeed, they are not working.
Because they may waste their time.
These are the things what they do and they begin the way they're born, they watch them. So what do you think say they will do? They will just make a copy.
Well, now you just they confirm what you say.
That day they come out all day. You go to what they and they go see the other they go listen. What is that you just day now? Go to the farm, go fence side for live, go sit down and create ideas for yourself so that you will live now. And they go sit down and now go listen. Or that day if you don't go play draft for money, tell them for play draft. Yeah. And where are they? They talk. Look at them talk the language. Now they don't regret that. They say, exactly, man, don't have puelu. This additive.
Not exactly, ma puelu na na puelu na self. Life is a choice.
People who are standing on the streets.
Life is a choice. What you do is what you get as a consequence.
People they snap that street on Friday evening. They wait for exactly.
I know, don't tell me, Mr. No. That's the way they talk. So, me and me young man, they all over Sierra Leone. Then they charge a taxi. Then they take you from Freetown to boat to Cambia and then places. Then the day weekend, they'll be all over Sierra Leone. Yeah. So I know what they talk. By then, I was a young man teaching in Sierra Leone. That's and they pay we not to better money, but they live good.
But they live good.
Yes. Yeah. But we fault up everything, we destroy everything. I know they pull me safely. Now we all.
Yeah.
Now we all. Now I make some of we 30 they will defend and difficult for retire. Because we want correct what him be wrong. Not by force, but by conviction. You understand? You cannot use force to change people. But you can convince them for understand, say this thing, in as much as it been right at one point in time, but today it's not right. Let we change them.
Yeah.
Give them enough reason for understand, say, we need for change what thing they happen. We need for change the status quo. Then they would agree with you and work with you. But if you say now the farmer mentality, they use power, then they resist to. So they may allow they tell you that, let you know that, yeah?
Yes, sir.
That farmer not they okay again. I mean, they may they talk to the state house. Thank you, sir. We'll go meet on Wednesday. Right. So thank you, people, for listening. Now they come on board and do now they call, now they get a discussion. This is not about criticizing, it's about analyzing. And we for make them light-hearted, we for make them fun, because that's the only way we'll begin to understand ourselves. We all get a right for believing what you believe in. We all get a right for practice what you believe. But at the same time, we get for begin understand, say, The next man get rights like a we, and we have to do unto others as we want done unto us. This is why we need for sit down and begin get conversations. We need for begin talk to ourselves. But do ya let we stop for talk book. Not to book the solve a problem. Let we go back to base and discover how that we be culturally. Then we will find the answers to our challenges. Because some of them things here they're easy for solve if we understand the root. We are easy for solve. Over 20 years ago, they don't begin to holler about FGM, Sierra Leone, and the rest of Africa. Not much has been achieved because they want to use force. Understand, first and foremost, why people were practicing that. Understand the difference between that practice and the institution where they practice them. Stop attacking what should not be attacked. Stop talking about what you don't know. Begin to talk about what you know and how you feel say you go convince people them for no say there is need for change. Mr. Jimmy Kamara, thank you very much for coming, sir. My Samuel Kamara, thank you very much. Abu Mansari, thank you very much. All the other listeners, una thank you. Una welcome for the first time. Una subscribe to the channel. Una been on the cam, una like the video, and everybody una help for share them videos here. Some then tell they talk, you go see I'm light, but now they the solution they to we challenges. Una make clear as many people as possible. You read the trash where they talk, so that they will make sense out of my nonsense. Una thank you. We go meet on Wednesday.
We pledge love and loyalty to the country salo. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salo. We not for make this country fall. Mama salo. We let we salo. At this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salo. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they buy. We they are, we just a try. This year don't come up and dry. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they buy. We they are, we just a try. But this year don't come up and dry. We pledge with love and loyalty to the country salo. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salo. We not for make this country fall. Mama salo. We let we salo. And this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salo. And this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We
for the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country, for the wreck the country. I guess a carpets, Gaman Keraka, Gaman Konica, Gaman Keraka, Jamucham, Gaman Monica, Kaipom, Gaman Konica, to present for the wreck the country, for the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country, for the wreck the country. And they go and they beg. Shake. The people that they gen. Then Hagawa shem. They make it the chicken and the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. And the future forgive them by scripture. They make it the chicken and the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. And we hope to forgive them by scripture.
We pledge love and loyalty to the country salo. My how we there, sweet, sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let me salute. But this sweet land we not for make them fall. We let me salute.
We salute. We let we salute. I say no place like home. I like it talk and talk them. I like it talk and fight them.
What happens when truth becomes a tool, not a right? In Sierra Leone, confusion isn't just chaos, it's strategy. When leaders deny what you live, gaslight your reality, and rewrite the past, who really holds the power? Tonight on Truth Unmasked, we expose the tactics, we name the games, we decode the lies. Don't just believe what they tell you. Ask why they want you to believe it.